You're moving, and your most fragile items are your electronics. Packing them right is high stakes. But what if over 30% of monitor damage isn't from big drops, but from simple, steady pressure? That pressure often comes from improper handling during the actual transit, not just accidents. It happens when boxes are stacked wrong or packed without proper corner support, crushing the panel. We'll break down the Pro Playbook, revealing the hidden dangers and steps for perfect tech transport. So, what's the first mistake most people make before their monitor even goes inside a box? They leave the stand on. It seems easier, but it creates a dangerous leverage point inside the box that can crack the screen or snap the casing. Rule number 1 is absolute. Always disconnect the monitor stand and pack it as a separate item. Mistake 2. Laying the box flat. A monitor's weight is not distributed for this. Always transport it in its upright, standing position. Mistake 3. Stacking anything on top. This creates the direct screen pressure we warned about. Even a light box can cause a fracture. And a final common blunder: using newspaper for padding. The ink can stain surfaces, and it offers virtually no real shock absorption. But avoiding obvious missteps is not enough. What about the dangers that you can't even see? Every mile on the road introduces constant, tiny vibrations. These aren't big impacts, but a form of continuous, damaging stress. Over hundreds of miles, this vibration weakens internal solder joints and can loosen connectors. The device arrives looking fine, but fails weeks later. The other unseen enemy is static electricity. It is silent, invisible, and absolutely lethal to sensitive electronic components. This is why material choice is non-negotiable. Standard bubble wrap can generate a static charge as it rubs during transit, frying internal circuits. So you have to defend against physical impacts and invisible forces. How do professionals accomplish this? The absolute best method is the one you likely discarded: the original manufacturer's box. The custom foam perfectly braces the device against all threats. But realistically, most of us don't keep these huge boxes around. So what is the professional alternative for maximum protection? It's called the double box method. It creates a suspension system. First, you wrap the monitor and place it in a snug, sturdy inner box. Then, that inner box is placed inside a larger outer box. You need to leave at least 2 inches of empty space on all sides between the two. That 2-inch gap is then filled completely with packing material. This makes a crumple zone, so any external force is absorbed before reaching your monitor. Now, let's solve the invisible static threat. That initial wrap inside the first box is where you do it. You must use anti-static bubble wrap. But wait, don't put that bubble wrap directly on the screen. First, lay a soft microfiber cloth over the display to prevent pressure marks. For the best protection, place a rigid sheet of cardboard over that cloth. This is your shield against the direct pressure that causes most cracks. Even inside the perfect box, the environment is a risk. Extreme heat, cold, and humidity inside a truck can cause condensation and component failure. We focused heavily on the monitor. But what about the heart of your entire setup? The PC tower itself. Recall how we talked about damage from cumulative vibration? Inside your PC, that same force can turn heavy parts into internal wrecking balls. Here's the master-level technique. Open your PC case and remove heavy components like the graphics card and large aftermarket CPU coolers. Their weight can cause them to vibrate violently, ripping the slot off the motherboard. Removing and packing them separately in anti-static bags saves your PC. We've now secured the screen, the case, and the internal components. But what is the one thing that is truly irreplaceable? Your data. Before unplugging a single cable, the number one step is a full backup. A hard drive is vulnerable to jolts and data corruption. Once everything is securely boxed, remember the basics. Fill all empty space to stop any movement. No shifting means no damage. Then, label every box clearly on multiple sides with "fragile," "this side up," and a description of its contents for proper handling. Proper packing isn't one trick. It's a multi-layered defense system against impacts, vibration, static, and even a device's own components. Your technology is a major investment. Don't leave its safety to chance. Follow this system, and you'll be packing like a professional.